Next, I'm going in with the Becca Cosmetics Evermatte Poreless Primer, just on my nose because that's where I'm the most oily. Then going over with the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer all over my face. Then going in with the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in the shade Ivory Light 10. And then I'm just buffing it out with a blending brush. Back over everything I buffed out with just a damp beauty blender just to soften up all those brush strokes. And then I'm using the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. And I'm just going to blend that in again with my damp beauty blender. Then for contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation Contour, and this is in the shade Mink. And I'm just going to buff that out and blend in all the lines with a blending brush. To soften those lines a little bit more, I'm just going to use a damp beauty blender. Now I'm going in with the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Light Medium, and I am just going to bake my entire under eye, nose, forehead, and chin area because that's where I get the most oily during the day, and I find that this helps it stay all day. And yes, you look crazy and you're going to get powder everywhere. After letting that bake for about 5 to 10 minutes, I then go in with the Marc Jacobs Featherweight Finish Perfection Powder, first going over the spots I didn't bake, and then dusting off all of that excess powder and kind of blending it all over the place. Now I'm going in with the Lunatick Cosmetics Labs Contour Palette, and I'm just going to darken up my contour a little more after dusting it with so much powder. Next I'm going in with the Benefit Cosmetics Cheek Parade for blush, and I actually received this as a gift. I found out Benefit Cosmetics is not cruelty free, so I definitely won't be repurchasing. Up next are brows. As always, I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Granite. First, I just outline both brows. Once I have them completely outlined, I go back and I start filling them in. As you notice, when I fill in my brows, I just do the 3/4 of them and I leave the fronts of them blank. That's because at the very end, I go back and I move my brush up and down to create hair-like strokes in the front, so that way they just have a better fade. Then to lock them in place, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And I forgot to show it, but for concealer for under the brows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer, and I use the shade 0.75. I will first be going in with the Kat Von D Beauty Pastel Goth palette, first with the shade Clementine, and I'm just going to use that as a transition shade, so blending it all over my crease and above. Then I'm going in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Androgyny palette in the shade Charm, and I'm just darkening up my crease a little bit more. With that same shade Charm, I'm just darkening the outer corner of my eye. Then using that same Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer, I'm just cutting out my crease. I won't be going all the way to the outer corner of my eye. I'm stopping probably 3/4 of the way. Then I'm going in with the shade Star from the Pastel Goth palette, and I'm just putting that on top of the concealer. Back in with the shade Charm, and I'm just blending out where the orange and the yellow meet so it looks nice and seamless. And then I'm going in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Beauty Killer palette in the shade Star Power, and I am just darkening up that transition between the orange and the yellow again, and I'm going to put this in my crease as well. And then with a small eyeshadow brush, I'm just taking that same orange shade Charm, and I'm putting that on my lower lash line. Using the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon in the shade Blacquer, just for my upper waterline. And then going in with the e.l.f. Precision Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black, and I am just creating a wing with that. Create a wing, I first like to draw the bottom part of the wing on both eyes first, because I feel this helps me make them more symmetrical. And then I'm using the ColourPop Cosmetics Cream Gel Pencil in the shade Exit Liner, which is just a white for my lower waterline. Then I'm using the Stila Cosmetics Mile High Lashes Mascara, and I'm putting that on my upper and lower lashes. Wait for my mascara to dry, I'm using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold for highlight. And for lashes, I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies, and for glue, the Duo Lash Glue in the dark tone. To make sure my falsies and my eyelashes meet together seamlessly, I like to use a lash curler to kind of squish them together. And to set the entire face, I'm using the Urban Decay Cosmetics De-Slick Oil Control Makeup Setting Spray. I spray it all over and then I like to fan it dry. And for lips, I'm using the Kat Von D Beauty Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lovesick. I am just highlighting my brow bone and my inner corner with that same Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Cold. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching.